Hey everyone, and welcome to another AvidMax Tying Tuesdays. Today we're going to show you how to tie the rubber legs. It's a great fly, goes by many different names, but there's no debate that it catches fish. So we're using a U-series hook on this. It's the U106 in a size 10 today. The thread I'm using is a 6/0 uni thread in black. We're going to have a countersunk tungsten bead on this for some weight. It's the 5/32 to match the size 10. And then I'm going to also add lead wire for a little extra weight, make this a real heavy fly. The 020 lead wire on here. The main body of our fly is going to be the variegated chenille in black and coffee. And then we're going to use the barred sexy floss from MFC in the copper brown color for the legs and antenna. All right, so I got my hook in my vise here with the bead on there. You can see that nice bend in the U106 hook. Gives a nice illusion of movement for this stonefly nymph. And I'm going to move my bead back out of the way, and we're going to come in here and start our thread right behind the hook eye, just with some quick locking wraps. And then that'll let us tie in our antenna, and then we can come back and cover it up with the bead there. So just a few wraps to lock that in. You want to be conscious about how many wraps you're putting down because you got to get that bead up back over all of this. But then we'll fold it over to the other side of the hook shank and tie in that piece. These legs like to move around on you, so you just got to control them as you're tying them in. And the nice thing is you can kind of move them around to where you want them as well. So we'll come back and I'm going to whip finish off. Make sure that we don't trap our leg and tire our antenna. So we lock it down there, and then I'm going to add just a little bit of Zap-A-Gap to keep that all in place. We can slide our bead up over it and kind of trim our antenna to length there. Just like so. Then we can come back, start our thread again. Actually, we're going to do wire first before I get ahead of myself. Do about 15 wraps of this 020 wire. We want this to be a real heavy fly. It's a great anchor fly for your nymphing rigs if you're doing a dual nymph rig with a smaller emerger or midge, mayfly, whatever else you got going at the time. So we'll push that up into the bead, and then we'll start wrapping right behind it. This is a go-to nymph, stonefly nymph for many. You know, there's some people out there that don't like to fish it, but so effective it's hard to get away from. So I'm just going to make a nice little thread ramp, taper up onto the wire, and then we'll come in and we'll put our tails in next. So lock all that wire down, support your hook so you can wrap. Just want to keep it all in place. Okay, so then we'll come back, there we go, back towards the bend to where we're going to add our tail. So same material for all aspects of this fly is this sexy floss from MFC. It's a great buggy material, nice movement, and then it's barred as well, which is nice. Adds a cool aspect to the fly. Some contrasting colors there. So just like we did the antenna on the front, although we're going to leave these a little bit longer, I'm going to leave these right about the length of the shank, whereas I did about 3/4 on the antenna. And we can do the same thing where you just fold it over to the opposite side and secure it down. I'm just going to even out my body here, the abdomen, to prepare for our chenille wrapping. Just always want a nice, smooth, tapered underbody before you start wrapping your body materials. Makes everything come together nicely when you get towards the end. So we'll trim those to length there, and then add our chenille. So this is that coffee black color, which is probably the most popular color for these stonefly nymphs. I peeled a little bit off so you can see I exposed just the string material, and I can use that to tie in and avoid adding extra bulk towards the back of the fly. So we'll tie it in, and I like to leave myself just a little bit of string exposed because then you can do that nice first wrap, similar to wrapping in a hackle. Make sure we cover all that up nicely, and then work our way up a little bit here towards where we're going to put our legs in. So I like to do my legs just past where I'm going to have the thorax start, or where the thorax would start, so we'll stop right about there. And come in on my side first here, and just lock one in with a couple of wraps. And the legs I like to do just a little bit longer than the shank of the body, gives you some room to kind of clip them when you're done. So tied in the back legs, and then I'm going to use this same material on the front legs, but I'm going to tie it down and space them out a little bit. So in order to do that, I'm going to leave myself just a little bit of extra room when I trim these off, and then we'll go in and do the other side here as well. So kind of measure them out, tie it in there, just like so. So you can see my front parts are longer than my back pieces. That chenille out of the way here, use our material holder. And so what you can do then is kind of stretch them forward a little bit and hold them on the side of the hook shank, and just wrap them up and space them out a little bit, just like so. Just flares them out away from each other. You could tie in an extra set of legs. I like the Lance Egan motto that if the fish start counting the legs, we're all in trouble. So I kind of live by that anymore. Now they got legs tied in nicely there, I'm just going to do a quick half hitch here, staying out of all of the flexi floss, sexy floss. Just like so, and then we can start to bring our chenille up. It's really not too complicated of a fly, only a couple materials, just the legs are a little to work with, and actually what we're going to do to help that is we'll pull them all up, and I use just a paper clip here. Clip them up and out of the way while I do the back of the abdomen, so I can wrap quickly. And then once I get up to the legs there, you just release it, and then you can work around them. So you can also use the chenille to kind of flare your legs in the directions that you want them to go. And then right up behind the bead there. And we will capture it and lock it down. We can trim out the excess chenille. Give it a nice whip finish. Like so. And then we'll trim our legs to length there. Whoop, there we go. So to trim the legs, I like to just kind of pull them up, all four of them at the same time, straight up just like so. And then clip them all nice and even there. Sometimes this material likes to split on you, so let's clip that out. There we go. Little Zap-A-Gap. Just keep everything locked in place. Use our dubbing needle for that. Just around the thread wraps. And there is your completed rubber leg stone nymph. If you haven't given it a shot, I would recommend giving it a try in the summer months. It's a very effective fly. Fish can't resist this big meal ticket coming down the river to them. Thanks for watching. Be sure to give us a thumbs up and share this video with your friends. If you have a fly you'd like to see us tie in the future, leave us a comment below. For more fly fishing and outdoor related videos, subscribe to the AvidMax YouTube channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you out there.
My heart over my mind, I'm not over